Hello everybody, welcome to this full moon card reading. I felt inspired to bring some messages through for you, and this is something I rarely ever do as far as starting with a specific card. I work with over 130 decks, some tarot cards, some oracle that I have been working with, or I should say collecting, for over 10 years. And this is a full moon in Leo on February 1st. And so Spirit actually said, start with this card of strength and begin the reading with this, because this will be the foundation upon which all else is built for your full moon that's coming up. So there's a lot going on in this picture, right? There's a sun shining down, there's an infinity symbol on his third eye, a rose in his mouth, and of course the word strength. And look at the face. There's innocence in the face, but also a quiet, deep wisdom and knowing. And this lion is not roaring. He is not displaying his strength. He is strength. He is strength in sovereignty, strength in peace, knowing that he is eternal and that there is light shining down from source. So this reading felt important today because, as many of you are sensing, feeling, and witnessing, there's a lot of chaos in the world. The systems of control are starting to destabilize, and they will start to fall apart as we are remembering the new earth collectively and returning this planet back to unity consciousness. So I feel like this is just a symbol of that, right? Like, this is who we need to be. This is what we need to embody as we trust the process and everything that is unfolding. And I just feel like the rose in his mouth is, that's kind of a really, beautiful symbol over the years of people putting roses in their mouth. And I think for me, this is just saying, like, hey, we can have fun along the way. Yes, people are hurting. Yes, people are suffering. That's always been the case on earth. And if you are not in a state of extreme suffering, if you have food, shelter, water, if you are basically free, it's important that we work on our vibration, that we dance through what is happening. In fact, that was a quote I brought up in my yoga class this morning, and maybe you've heard it. It says, in many shamanic societies, if you were to go to the medicine person of your tribe, and if you would complain that you were feeling disheartened, dispirited, or depressed, then they would ask you one of 4 questions. When did you stop singing? When did you stop dancing? When did you stop being enchanted by stories? And when did you stop relishing in the sweet territory of silence? So that's my question to you. Are you caught up in the woes of the world, constantly carrying around heaviness, grief, anger, constantly watching what's going on? Or are you balancing that? Are you being witness of that, not staying in that, and enjoying your life? Dancing, singing, playfulness, innocence, right? Like, these have gotten squashed out in a way. We were told or somehow made to feel at some point that play and silliness and laughter are something you get to do after all the hard work is done. But why? Can't life be joy? I know it can be. So this is a healing waters deck. So the Leo full moon has a lot of fiery energy. It's very energetic full moon, and of course we're moving into that fire horse energy next month, February 17th. And so I thought I could balance this really intense energy with a little bit of healing water. So that was easy, just to see what's in your field right now that you could bring some attention to. Okay, so the healing lagoon. I don't know if you can see that very well. The rejuvenate, recovery, time to heal, it's safe to stop. Okay, I personally love that, especially it's safe to stop. It's safe to stop tuning in so intensely to the state of the world. It's safe to focus on the things that bring resonance, peace, you know, regulation to your nervous system in your life, which is always the simple pleasures, time with your loved ones and family, being outside, enjoyment, practicing your, you know, hobbies and your passions and all of this. So let's pull another card to kind of balance the other side. And when I do readings for people, I do have 15-minute, 30-minute, and 60-minute readings. It's just like this. So this is kind of like what you see and how it sounds. Sometimes I do, though, lift the camera up a bit more. It's a bigger space because when I do a reading for somebody, especially a full hour, there's a huge spread, and I use 7 or more decks. And this is more designed, I don't know how long this will be, but this is designed to be more of a short reading. This is a collective reading, so of course when I do readings for you, they're very specific and tailored. Okay, follow the stream. Dedication, trust, future, rivers, and oceans. And if you can see, that figure is off in the distance, and there is a bit of a spiral shell in between these kind of like, I'm going to call them big towers, almost like they are walking through a threshold. I mean, this just speaks to me of humanity and where we are as we are walking towards this new earth. But it's not coming, it is already here. You listening to this, and me, all of us, we are carrying the light codes. We are carrying the membranes of the new earth in our DNA, and the guides and the councils of light constantly tell me that we don't need to stress, we don't need to get worked up, and we don't need to jump into every cause and make comments. We can simply just live our life in as high of resonance as possible, and we are doing the work because our bodies carry those light codes. We literally carry the blueprint of the new earth in our DNA. That said, there's no need to stand by, right? And not take action, but take inspired action. And don't take action from fear or anger or you know, these kinds of energies. Take inspired action from sovereignty, from compassion, right? Compassion is just coming up to me so strongly because as I have watched things, like, you know, I don't really watch the news, but of course I see a lot of things, and I just keep asking myself, where is the compassion? I rarely, if ever, hear compassion. I rarely, if ever, see a politician or any of those types of people speaking words that embody any sort of compassion. And then I see all these angry comments of everyone feeling divisive and arguing, and rarely, if ever, do I see compassion in that. And it's like, who could we be if we embodied that compassion? So here we have the 8 of Cups. And there's a bit of darkness here, right? I mean, this is kind of where we're all standing. It's like we're all standing in these choice points, if you will. And, you know, the question is, are you going to get sucked into the negativity, the drama, the narratives of fear and control and separation, or are you going to walk on towards the light? So let's put this down here, and that's going to help remind us that we have choice. You always have a choice. This is an infinite reality. You're the creator of your reality. What you hold in your thoughts, what you hold in your heart, what you hold in your belief system is the life that is then created. So it's so interesting. Now, this is a new deck for me, and I will say that these 3 cards fell out at once. So it's interesting because we also have the 9 of Cups and the 10 of Cups, but I have shuffled this deck and I have put this deck out in yoga classes. So it's interesting. Yes, maybe these cards in part fell out because they were close together, but also, I think I need to move this up. But also that's kind of like a pattern there of them coming out at the same time. All right, so let's see what they have to say. We've got the 8 of Cups, which we just talked about. Now we have the 9 of Cups. So, okay, I'm getting it now. This is like a past, a past, a present, and a future. So, but the past is now, remember, right? Like every moment that passes becomes the past. So even though this is a past card of sense, it's also like where you are right now making these choices. And then we have the present moment, and look, like the solar plexus is being activated, and this person is starting to see a bigger picture. They're starting to see light in the cosmos. But you can see that this planet, it doesn't really look very alive, right? Or at least that's my opinion. It looks like Earth to me, but it's kind of gray. It's not real green and vibrant. And it's just saying that we need to keep our energy not activated in a sense that we're not regulated, but we need to keep our chakras online and activated. We are the light codes, and we need to keep our attention on the truth, the bigger picture. This is kind of like a bird's eye view. This is kind of like rising up and looking at not just this moment, not just this month or this year or whatever, but we're looking out, not just necessarily this life, but maybe out across multiple lifetimes. So keep your energy centers open, movement, all those self-care things. Keep the goal of everything in your heart and in your awareness. And this is really beautiful. Like even if you're a man, this is still for everyone, this message where the 10 of Cups there's life here, right? Now we have color. Now she's nursing a baby. So this is like embodying those energies, those vibrations of life, of return. There's even this beautiful like reflection here that you can see pretty perfectly. Her feet are in the water, which is like cleansing. She's nourishing her child. There's the sunlight. There's this beautiful lit tower in the background representing hope. And I mean, to me, all of these rocks mean like structure and steadiness. And this is coming. Like I know it. I know this is coming. It's sad for me when I hear people really in states of fear, but I know that freedom or additional freedom, like new earth type freedom, is coming online. So while we're in this little bit of like shadow realms, I love these new cards I got. This is called the Inner Temple. So let's see what's going on within you for this full moon energy. Remember, full moons often represent completion, release, cycles completing. And again, we're leaving behind this year of the snake, that shedding energy we've been in, and we're stepping into that fire horse energy with movement and momentum. So let's see what's going on in your inner landscape, your inner temple, that maybe could help you just feel more empowered. Ooh, the holiest temple. So this card is just really reminding you that you are the holiest temple, right? It's all within you already, wherever you are, regardless of what you do for a job, regardless of what you want to change. Everything is still divine and holy, and you are a vessel of divine light holding the codes. I mean, look, she's radiating, she's glowing, there's light shining all directions. This to me is just another reminder that you are it. We are what we are wishing to, the change we're wishing to see. I keep saying, it's not aliens coming in spaceships to save us. Like, we are those consciousnesses that have decided to incarnate during this time to, again, activate the light codes in our bodies and these blueprints of the new earth. The darkest night. Yeah. Oh, I love that. That's so cool. And look, she's walking like through a desert, and she still has this light on her head or above her crown chakra, and she's walking towards this beautiful like golden spheres. So this is telling me, like, we're kind of in that time of the darkest night as a collective, as humanity. So what does this mean for you? It means watch what you are holding in your field. Watch what you are allowing. I'm gonna pull from this deck. Maybe take a breath with me. Sometimes they fall out, sometimes I just know. Interesting. Livelihood, This is a soul card, livelihood. So what are you working towards, we'll say, right? I mean, I love how it says livelihood, but do you see anybody actively working? I mean, here they're cooking, here there's quiet contemplation under a tree. This is meditation. This does look like some kind of planning, but what's going on in your personal livelihood? What needs to be amplified for you? Again, this is a Leo full moon, and it's a very active, a very powerful, fiery moon. And so the guides are telling me that your life wants to be infused with more fire, but we're talking about the fire that like makes your soul feel lit. So I'm just going to ask you this question. What have you been wanting to do that maybe you've put on the back burner, maybe you haven't started yet, maybe you've paused, because maybe you've just been feeling overwhelmed? So this livelihood card is coming through because Spirit is reminding you that there's really beautiful things that you have not yet started that want to come through you. Or I should say not yet started. I mean, that is true for some of you. Not yet started, but also not yet completed or maybe paused on. Ooh, this is black and white, and it says body foundation. All right, so how can you bring some color in? They're saying not only in what you eat, eating color, but how can you color your life? Maybe you've been living a little bit black and white. Maybe you've been getting sucked into the, I'll just say political dramas, right? How can you bring color, life, goodness, high vibrational energy back in? Pull away from anything that's sucking you into negative spaces. All right, I'm going to finish this reading. Actually, I feel called to pull two more cards. We're going to go back to the spirit animals. I meant two more cards for these ends before I finish the reading with this new Egyptian deck that I just love. So let's see what spirit animals. Spirit animals have been really loud lately. I mean, they're always loud, but okay, these two want to come out. We've got the camel and we've got the beaver. So I'm going to put the camel over here with this darkest night energy, because you know how camels operate, right? They conserve water, they conserve energy in a way in that water to get through long deserts. And so it's saying to really take care of yourself, to conserve your energy. It's, again, I'm just hearing it so loud. Where are you letting your attention go? A little too deep into stories, into narratives and things that are not helping you feel happy, hopeful, full of love, truth, trust, and hope, because that's what is wanted. The shadow networks, these systems of control that are ancient, they're destabilizing, they're cracking, they're falling, they're failing, and they're going to make those last-ditch efforts to make you, feel off, to suck you into these holes, into these caverns. But that's not the truth. That is illusion. And this is who you truly are meant to be right now. And we're moving into this beautiful rebirth. I mean, I feel like this baby is representing like rebirth and new life on this planet, new ways of living and loving and all of the things. All right, so beavers are notoriously hard workers. We know that they use their teeth and they build these incredible dams. And yeah, a lot of people don't think like the beaver is very cool, but I feel like this represents the work that we need to do as a collective right now. We can have fun along the way though. Like, see, he's surrounded kind of by darkness behind him. And so I just feel like this is just another message that there's some work ahead, of course, as a collective, and there's some true rebuilding that we're going to see in our lifetime. I don't know about you, but I'm in my late 40s. I kind of am aware that I'm not going to see the new earth in my lifetime, but I know that my children, even if it's near the end of their lifetime, they're going to truly see this new earth. And what is the new earth? We talk about it all the time. Maybe you clearly know, but not everybody knows. The new earth is a return to unity consciousness. It doesn't mean there's no sadness or no pain or no fear, but it means that those aren't the states that a majority of the people are living in. Unity consciousness means peace, harmony, trading, compassion, caring fully about humanity and life. And you know, the people who are kind of in the dark, they, you know, some people want them to be punished. You know, I don't, but they are just basically drawn back into the light and shifted through love, through transformation, and they are returned into the light. And then as these next generations are born, this planet is going to be more and more loving and harmonious. So let me pull these final 3 cards. I have a retreat in Egypt in September 20th to 29th. I'd love for you to come. We're staying in luxury hotels for a few nights, and we go on this private boat that's just for us, that's magical. We're seeing so many great things. I can't wait. So I got these cards because I love to do readings for my guests, and I have a whole Egyptian reading. Wow, look at that. That's magical. Isis, chamber, transformation, upgrade, golden empowerment. This is us. This is you. This is available now, by the way. Like, this is not happening in some future or after we've exited the earth plane. This is available now. So feel yourself surrounded by gold. Visualize this golden light, this golden energy of transformation, of upgrades, of golden empowerment coming into your body, coming into your cells. This is representing to me the light codes that you naturally carry. Maybe you've started to notice a difference in your life. Maybe you can tell that your light codes have started to activate. Maybe not, and that's okay, because it can't all come online at once. Okay, the systems are destabilizing. It's why we're seeing chaos right now. Right now we are in the stage of exposure. But if every single person's light codes like turned on at the exact second all across the planet, things would actually fracture. Then we might be concerned about food and water supplies and things of this nature. So it is a process. So whether or not you've been having auspicious happenings or not, it's coming for you. It doesn't matter what age you are. It's kind of happening for everyone at the same time, whether you're 18 or 88 or anything in between, or younger or older. Divine timing is present. Divine presence or divine timing is present in the field. Okay. Newt. Celestial Mother, divine design, empowered surrender. Look at her wings spread. I'm going to put this right here with the strength card. Where has your energy been contracted? Where have you not been breathing well? Where have you been in states of not high vibration? Right? You're here, but you're opening up. You're remembering, you're spreading your wings. And I like how this is very, like what she's standing on looks like what we just saw. Like, this is the process. This is you in the very near future. And let's pull one final card for this full moon in Leo reading. This is sort of like an overall advice or guidance for the entire reading. Ooh, Ra, look at that. Look at that sun. I love these cards. Source creation, solar codes, timeline architect. Okay, so after everything that I just said about this reading, like I didn't know this reading was going to go into like New Earth. You're holding the light codes. I mean, yes, that's the theme, and that's something that I'm really into these days and feel that it's my soul contract to share with you, but I did not necessarily expect this. So this is definitely a final sign that you are a light code carrier. You are a node on this new earth grid. You wouldn't be watching this if you weren't. You wouldn't even be interested in my content to begin with. It just wouldn't even find you. So that in and of itself, that you're watching this, means you are one of those. And I love that it literally says solar codes and literally says timeline architect. You are powerful. You are infinitely powerful. You can collapse timelines. You can change the past. You can change the future. We're co-creating, co-remembering the new earth together. And what I want to say about the solar codes, now I know many of you are in deep, deep winter right now, but you can still bundle up and go outside for just a few minutes and turn your face to the sun and do some deep breathing and literally imagine that you are soaking in the light codes, that the sun itself is activating your crystalline DNA and light codes in your body, because it is. I do live in Florida, so I'm very fortunate. But at some point, it was mostly for my hormonal health, because I mean, hormone replacement is great. So if you're a woman going through perimenopause, menopause like me, yeah, that can be really powerful. But ultimately, it is our disconnection from nature. It's not getting the morning sun to regulate our circadian rhythms. It's too much screen time, and it's way too much screen time and stuff close to bed. And these things are really disturbing our health. So I literally had someone tell me, who's in the medical profession, that if I did not go out and get the morning sunlight, that I would not get better. I do believe it's a belief-based reality, but I appreciated that, because most of the time people are just giving you a cream, new hormone thing to take, and this is really important. I say it all the time, it gets so redundant, but it's truly those simple things: time in nature, movement, breath work, joy, dancing, pleasure, play, self-care. These are not the luxuries of life after the hard work is done. These are the foundations of life, in which all gets done anyway, but through the right energy and through resonance. So I'm just going to sum this up for your full moon in Leo reading. How can you open up your energy? How can you get lighter? How can you not stay in these holes that keep dragging you down, right? And how can you forge your path ahead with beauty, with light, with abundance, with all things good, right, and true? I hope you have a beautiful full moon. Maybe practice a ritual, maybe do something special. And if you'd like to book your own private reading, like I said, this is a collective reading, so this is generalized, but when I do readings for people, they are tailored specifically to you. And as I mentioned, 15, 30, or 60 minutes, and they're really affordable. So book one with me. When I do them for people, your guides specifically come in also and speak to me through the cards and through the words and the symbols and messages. So I'd love to do a reading for you. Reach out, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.